Hey guys, it's Shawn. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be talking about managing your business for a downturn. I want to take a moment and thank you for coming back again if you've been here before. If you're just joining us for the first time, glad you're here. We'll have some great information for you. And we really focus in on business issues, helping business owners, business leaders like yourself really be prepared for business. And we really keep a bend on what issues are so important for management and making sure that you're as clean as you can be. So what do you do to manage your business for a downturn? There's a lot of things you can be doing to prepare and get ready for the potential of a downturn. In fact, the downturn may already be here, right? If you read the statistics, it already looks like we had a weak Q2. We're still waiting for the official computation and announcement of recession, but the odds are that we probably are in a recession right now, which means you're already managing your business in a downturn. You probably have been managing your business in a downturn for at least half a year without realizing it. Now, the real question is, how does that downturn progress? And that's what nobody seems to know. And of course, you can't listen to the official pronouncements because these are the people that were telling you, just 6 months ago there wouldn't be a recession. And we probably are in a recession right now. These are the same people that were telling you inflation would not come. Then they told you inflation would be transitory. Then they told you that inflation is here, but it's peaking. Then they told you inflation could never have been anticipated, even though there were a lot of people like myself saying that their policies were going to cause inflation, right? So we can't listen to official statements, right? We just have to prepare our businesses. We have to do what we, as business owners, know is right to manage our business for a downturn. The good news is you've already started. The tougher news is we don't know where this is going, and we can't listen to official announcements. So we have to be ready for a variety of scenarios, and we have to be responsible no matter what. As always, this is not legal advice or investment advice or financial advice. Consult your advisors. So the first thing is we have to be ready for a downturn. We don't want it to sneak up on us as business owners. We need to get our businesses prepared, and we're going to give you some specific tips today to be ready. The last thing you want to do is be surprised, right? The handwriting's on the wall right now that the downturn is coming. It's going to impact all of us a little bit differently, depending on our business, depending on our industry, depending on what our relationships are, length of time in business. But we can all now anticipate that this downturn generally is coming, and we need to start looking at how we're going to be prepared. And so it's all of our jobs to be ready. And we have to start, as good, strong leaders, start preparing our businesses and our lives for the fact that we are headed into a downturn, and that is going to have business consequences on our income, on our profitability, on our positioning, on our marketing, all the way through the business process. The downturn is going to have an impact. We start by running what-ifs, and I'm a big fan of this with my clients. I love to run the what-if scenarios of, okay, well, what if, our market cools, sales cool by 20%? What would our business look like? What if, pricing goes up substantially, and we have to take on lower, and we have to pay our suppliers more too. So what if our margins narrow temporarily? I'm an accountant by training. Prior to being a lawyer, I studied accounting. I got a CPA license, and so these what-if scenarios are fun for me, and you can do a lot of it on a spreadsheet. But you also have to bring analysis into it, right? You can't just plug numbers into a spreadsheet and move it around. You got to have real business intelligence behind it. But you'll learn a lot by doing what-if scenarios. What if the market cools by 20%? If our sales goes down by 20% and everything else is static, what does our income statement look like? Are we suddenly in the red? Did we just lower our profitability? That is a very different scenario, right? That business where a 20% decrease in sales moves the company from being profitable to being a loss is a really different planning scenario than the business where a 20% decrease in sales just narrows the profit. And both are possible depending on how profitable you are, what percentage of your income comes from the sales of your products, and how it covers your variable costs versus your overhead costs, what other products are in your mix, etc. There's a lot of factors in it, but running that what-if scenario will allow you to know whether you have exposure at that level. Okay, now a 40% decrease in sales. What if we're in a depression situation? Some people are saying we have a potential economic depression coming. And, with as much advice as we've gotten and as misleading as it been, maybe we do, right? Maybe people aren't telling us, and there's a lot of signs indicating that there are some deep economic problems. So we can run those what-ifs and talk about that. We get back to fundamentals. No matter what we find in these studies, if we really want to prepare for a downturn, one of the easiest things we can do is get back to the fundamentals of our business. What parts of your business are frothy, speculative, unnecessary? And so now is the time to pinpoint those. I don't know if you necessarily want to end those programs at this time, but you certainly want to know what they are and be ready to make changes quickly. And you want to think about your staffing, right? An important part of being a business owner and a business leader is thinking about your team. Let's say I have a team that's working on a new product development, particularly a frothy new product development. I've got a new product that's really premium. It's a luxury item. It's something that people would cut out very quickly in a deep downturn or recession. If I'm developing that type of product as a business owner, right now I'm going to be, thinking about that team, thinking about how I could redeploy that team, whether I need that team, whether timing's right, and I would certainly just be keeping an eye on whether I want to keep that project moving forward, right? I'd be monitoring that one very close. The folks that are in there, servicing your customers, keeping in touch with your customers, keeping in touch with your vendors, right? These are critically important right now, right? So getting back to that fundamentals of good communication with your customers. How's their business going? What other needs do they have? What products will they need in the future? What are they seeing in a downturn, right? These fundamentals are critical, and now's the time to get back to that, right? All we need to do is focus in on the simple things in business right now. A lot of the big, high-dollar, fancy stuff, what some people would call the air game of marketing, right? Coming in with the big guns from far away and really pushing things, may not be necessary, right? Right now is the time to simplify, to focus, to keep your business on its core, and to streamline, right? What can we do to eliminate waste in our process? We all have this at times, particularly as our business progresses in time. We get unnecessary processes. Maybe we change something software-wise or business process-wise, and we've got pieces of the old system or process that are still in our business that we don't need anymore. We're doing something repetitive, right? And I've found this in businesses many times. There's a repetitive process that's no longer value added because we used to do it the way we used to do it, right? These are things that can be streamlined out that will simplify the business and keep it pushing forward, right? So how can we streamline the business? How can we eliminate the unnecessary and focus on the necessary? What do we do to keep eliminating waste? And again, wasteful product lines, wasteful business processes all got to go because we've got to get the business focused on the future. And we focus on our core value addeds. Why are people coming to us? Why are they hiring our business in the first place? What are we great at? And this is a great tip for pivoting. I wrote a book with Dr. Ann Gaddy about redirection and how do you redirect a business. And one of the things we talk about extensively is that core value added. And so you want to understand why people are coming to you. What are you the best at? Why are they picking your business versus all the competitors of yours they could pick? And as we focus on that, we can dive deeper on those items and we can expand those items over time. And we can get rid of the processes and business offerings that are not our strength. Right? This is a good time to simplify your business model. It will make you stronger for the downturn. Folks, this is a tough time right now, and a lot of people are struggling. And I expect that to continue and to potentially deepen as we get into this recession, which I believe they're going to announce in the near future, and then into the economic consequences after the recession, whatever this lingers to be. It is a time to strengthen your business right now, while things are still somewhat normalized, while cash is still flowing somewhat freely in the market. The Federal Reserve is making a big effort to reduce the amount of cash in the market. So we're all going to feel the crisis of that over time as cash comes out of this market and they attempt to deflate it before they're potentially going to have to inflate it to cover debt payments, right? So we're probably going to see a couple waves here. Now's a good time to get things in order. Now's your moment of calm before the economic storm, as the JP Morgan CEO would say, right? We have an economic potential hurricane coming. We just don't know what it is. Now's the calm before the storm. The smart people are battening the hatches, getting the plywood up on the windows and getting ready to say, hey, let's ride this out. The folks that are on the beach sipping cocktails and saying nothing's going to happen, they're going to have more challenges. Folks, check out some other videos here. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. What are you doing to prepare? How are you getting your business ready? Maybe let me know what challenges you have and things you would like covered in other videos. We appreciate you being here at the channel. Hope you're subscribed. You've rung the bell for notifications. And drop a like so other people can check out this video too. See you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me.